Okay, I swear that took forever to get started. I was trying to do it the live on my computer versus my phone, and I need, I guess, some software that you run in order to use on YouTube. So I'm just going live. I'm not really saying anything. I'm just gonna hang out here, answer a couple questions you guys may have, and kind of go from there. So I'm gonna keep seeing if I can find you guys' chats. So they are all visible. No one's in the room yet. However, as you guys trickle in, I will continue to answer these questions. Um, let's see. It's on my mother phone too, so. Okay, so someone's in here. Hello, whoever this person is. I'm going to try to make sure I can see you guys, your guys' comments. So I'm going to go to the YouTube right now, or the channel, my channel, and watch it. How do you send it? Oh, I can't see it. So, okay. Are two on there? Okay, Keinan, why do you think they canceled triple jump from Junior Olympics? One, I did not know that. But just to give understanding of the way the amateur youth associations such as AAU or USATF, they start triple jump at the age of 13. So 13 years old typically is anywhere between 7th, 8th grade going into high school. Myself, I was 13 as an 8th grader, turning 14. So I was a 13-year-old freshman in high school, which means that I wouldn't have started learning how to actually triple jump until I was an 8th grader. So, A, you need a coach who's knowledgeable in teaching the actual event. And B, you need a kid who's actually capable of doing all the demands of it. Most of the times in youth sports, kids aren't taught the technical aspects of the event because it takes too much time, you know. So, good morning. It takes too much time. When you're dealing with the 12-year-old, you know, it's let's get you to learn how to sprint. Let's get you to run 800, the mile, maybe the hurdles when you get to that advanced level. But for the most part, triple jump is such a hard event to teach. It's kind of like the best coaches are at the higher levels and they don't want to deal with developing the actual athlete. And that's why Leap Squad is what it is. There's Project Triple Jump. There's a bunch of great programs out there that actually that teach and follow the progressions of athletes, triple jump specifically. But I just think they got rid of the triple jump because it's an event that most people don't know how to explain and teach. So they just said, we'll just get rid of it because we have too many kids that are trying to be in it and it's taking up our space. You know, when it comes down to renting a facility, you have long jump and you have triple jump and you have, 1,000 long jumpers and you have 500 triple jumpers. And then you go with workers. The workers are there all day. If you get rid of all the age groups of triple jump, it makes logical sense. Now, do I support that? No. It's my job to continue educating not only the athletes, but parents, coaches, whoever's teaching the triple jump at this younger age, because I really feel that it's a sport that needs to be in there. Could they bump up the age group? They could, but 13 I think is an age where athletes are old enough to be strong enough and to safely perform the triple jump. I honestly think they can start younger. However, it's because I can explain it so well. So to answer your question, they're being lazy. to move forward with that actual answer is, we have to continue to lobby, tell people about, or just learn more and put out marks that people want to see. It's great to see freshman boys jumping really far, freshman girls jumping really far, these younger athletes. I myself have a 17 and a 16-foot long jumper, and they're seventh and eighth grade. So people want to see athletes at this level. 16, 17 feet is very, very far for pre-high schoolers. So parents and families and audience want to see that. So it's simply, I just think that it's just being lazy. And if they're getting rid of triple jump in your specific area, then send me an email at info@KeinanBriggs.com, and what I'll do is just figure out who to talk to, and just try to keep that thing going forward. So yeah, good question. There we go. Okay, you tried the triple jump technique. Good job. Keep it up. Are you doing double arm or single arm? And how many steps are you coming from? Let me, I think I have two of my videos up right now. Let me delete one. Okay, just one. That's good. All right, so I have my other phone up so I can see you guys' questions in case. So, oh jeez. Okay. Let me actually send this link to YouTube. Not YouTube, but Instagram. So guys on Instagram can see that. How's everybody doing? How's everybody been with their training? Obviously, meets are kind of at a pause, but how's everyone doing when it comes to development and staying focused on the track? All right, there we go. So the link is now up on the Instagram. I'll send this to the Facebook group too. If you haven't joined yet, We Jump in Sand is the Facebook group. Basically, it's just a way for you guys to talk to people that are triple jumpers. If you have any suggestions on, what you've been doing, or you need tips, there's a whole community of people. I want to say it's about 1,000 people in there, from coaches, athletes, and etc. So, um, so let's see. Sorry, We Jump in Sand. If I said something different, but it's We Jump in Sand. You're welcome. So, what's your I can't pronounce your name. I'm not even gonna try. But what's your personal best, and what are you learning through your technique? I know this is kind of just simple, but I was just at home and I was getting bored, so I decided to hop on here. What I will say though is I have things, a few things that I'm adding in. So I'm going to start interacting with you guys way more. Whenever I do videos and content, I'm always trying to create content of substance and just give you guys as much information as possible. And sometimes it overwhelms me because it takes me so much time to edit the videos, so much time to think out the information. And I'm going to give you guys smaller bits of information to help you guys go with that and move forward. So instead of putting together a whole project and the whole thing, I'm going to keep it really simple. If you guys have a question, I'm going to hop on to not just live, but hop onto YouTube and answer the question and give you guys an example of how to fix it and then go from there. So, all right, so Keith, any advice on getting my athlete encouraged? What? There we go. Encouraged under the pandemic. Well, first, what level is your athlete? Is it college, high school, or youth? Because that's a big difference. But what I will say in the meantime, while you're responding to that, is first be empathetic with them and a senior freshman. I'm sorry, a rising senior in high school. Okay. One is just honestly just talking to her. One thing that I really got from my athletes is they always tell me that I'm like their friend, and they always come to me about whatever. Sometimes it's too much, but one part is just listening and asking her, hey, what's going on? Like, how do you feel? Okay, I'll get to that question. How do you feel about everything? And just kind of hearing their voice. Obviously, as coaches, we have been through a lot. We're older, so we have more experiences. However, we just don't know their perspective of certain things. Kind of like when you're a little kid and you see this park. This park is huge. You get older, you go back to the park, and the park is small. You thought it was a lot bigger. So when it comes to the this pandemic, it depends on what they're doing at home. If they're watching the news all the time, if they're always in social media, there's going to be a different perspective of what's going on. Obviously, when it comes to the racial issues we have going on, plus with the pandemic of COVID, it's a lot. And it's kind of getting an understanding of what her situation is at home. What is the level of stress at home? Are the parents, frontline workers? Are they workers that are necessity, that have to be out? Is she kind of at home relaxing? Does she have siblings? Like trying to get an idea of what her at home life is like. And then once you have that information, help her with understanding that, things are going to be okay. We're just slowly moving forward. And then obviously she's a rising senior. She's looking at schools and colleges. She's wanting to be recruited. She's wanting to hit top marks. It's her senior year. She wants to go all in. Let her know that everyone is in the same situation. When it rains at a track meet, it sucks. The rain is happening. The board is slippery. Well, it's slippery for everybody. It's raining on everybody. So yes, she may feel it's my track season. I'm not able to perform. I'm not able to train how I want to. I'm going to be behind. Well, the answer is not just it's all of us. The whole class of 2020 is in a place of having to figure out what's next. So the thing that I would say to her after I have assessed what she's going through mentally and physically and so on is just tell her continue doing something. Right now to this day, I have athletes that are busting their butt training every single day, running multiple times, and just keeping the same level of push. What I will also add in that I've let my athletes know is you got to keep yourself mentally balanced. And you do that by, when you are training, you can train and envision yourself at these track meets. You can picture yourself at New Balance. You can picture yourself at the national meets. You can picture yourself jumping these personal bests while you're actually training. So if you're doing bounding out on the track or on the grass, picture it as a track. Envision the crowd. I did this as a professional, and whenever I got to these big meets, I was freaking out. And then I remembered that I had already been here mentally, and it helped me so much. So I'm not sure if that specifically answers your question, but it's continue getting to know her if you haven't already. If she's a senior, I'm assuming you've been with her for the past 4 years. Just continue checking up on her, seeing how she's feeling, and just keep asking probing questions that have her explain in detail about not only what she's going through, but what she's feeling, what she's seeing, and just her overall interpretation of what's going on. So, and if there's any other things, you guys feel free. I've been offering like mental awareness conversations. So if you would like, just let me know, send me an email, and I can send you my link, and I can go through a quick 20-minute conversation with you and the athlete, just to kind of start the conversation to where it can now bleed into whatever conversation you guys go into. So I'll be here for that if you guys need it. Okay. All right. So next question. You guys have these names that I don't want to mess up because they're beautiful names. So I'm going to leave it at that. But the question is, how often should I lift? Okay. And you're a high jumper. All right. So when it comes to lifting, there's so many different types of philosophies. I grew up in the age of lift weights to get stronger. If you're not doing weights, you're not going to get strong. But then I also challenged it with when I started just doing jump training and plyos, the basic actual plyos, I got so much more done. So the textbooks had said, do plyos bounding. The trainers said, lift weights, get stronger. And when I started lifting more weights and getting stronger, I found myself heavy. I found myself in a place of just dense and just lethargic. So when it comes to weights, what I would suggest, I'm assuming you're a high schooler. If you're not, please let me know, is twice a week. And the weights that you're doing twice a week, if you're a weights head, like you're into weights, that's all you do, and you really focus on it and you know what you're doing, then I would say do it twice a week. Focus on your primary movers, such as you want to do one push, meaning upper body type of push. You want to do one lower body heavy lift. It could be Olympic lift or it could be a squat. I like front squats, high schooler, okay. I like front squats instead of back squats because it keeps your back and core activated the whole time. And you can kind of keep your range of motion better throughout the squat. I feel that when I do a back squat, if I don't have the correct range of motion in my ankles, it's a problem. So I just like doing front squats so I can get so much deeper. But the weight's completely different. The weight load is different. And then from there, just hamstring, keep your hamstrings activated. So, and I would say a front squat, press, a standing press, shoulder press, and then I would add in a RDL or, probably RDL probably be the best thing for you. Those would be the main three movers that I would say do. But what I would say, what you want to also add in is you have to train the soleus, seated calf raises. The soleus is the primary mover to move you forward. The soleus is needed. It's always undertrained. Train the soleus, seated calf raises. That's number one you want to train. It's a secondary muscle when it comes to movement. Train your glutes, 500 series. Get your butt to literally work. So all those workouts you see, the fad that's happening right now with, putting the bands around your knees and ankles and working the hips and glutes, do that. So, find one of your lady friends that has that workout down and just join her. That's going to really, really help you. And then from there, just get your core stronger. And I don't mean core as in, let me do 6-pack crunches. No, it's hold a plank. It's hold a bridge. It's anything that's working stability. It's Russian twists with, 45-pound plates. It's just there's a workout called pedestal. Pedestal is a workout that is online. You can find it on YouTube. Do that. That's going to help you keep stable. You got to remember, as a jumper, especially a high jumper, you're off the ground and you're having to bend and manipulate and contort your body without any type of support. Think about that. So if you're having a hard time with your core work, then that is your number one issue when it comes to the weight part of it. But I would say just twice a week. What else? those are the main three, I would say. A huge part is working your back. Work your back, work your traps. Don't focus more as much on your front side as in your push muscles, but don't forget about them. So the primary movers I would say you should be training if you're in the weight room twice a day is have a heavy day, which is your front squats, RDLs, and a press. And then the other days work your secondary muscles, soleus, glutes, core. Hopefully that answered the question. Um, okay, you say this because you are 6'6". And, oh, sorry, you're not 6'6". You jump 6'6". Okay, so your coaches are saying you need to lift weights to get stronger, to jump higher. Okay, this is probably going to be a little bit controversial when it comes to it, but you weigh a certain weight. Maybe you weigh 160 pounds. I have no idea. Most high jumpers weigh around that range. You are trying to increase the power created, the force created on the ground at takeoff to send you in the opposite direction. You push the ground down, your body jumps up. Essentially, that's the concept of high jump, right? There's more to it, but that's the base. When you add on more weight, most athletes are adding on more weight and they're slowing down. Now, here's an example. There's this fad right now of athletes doing deadlifts. You can put on a bunch of weight, 400 pounds, 500 pounds. You're bending down, you're grunting, you're sweating, all this stuff. You got your grip, you set, you're spitting everywhere, and you start lifting. It takes you 3 seconds to lift that actual weight to completion. When is it ever going to take you 3 seconds to get off the ground on a high jump? So yes, you're getting stronger. However, that motion is training the muscles that aren't directly helping you in the high jump. So what I would suggest is literally more plyos. If you're going to do some more specific heavy weight stuff to overload your body, I then would say